Okay, so just on a road trip here from Abbotsford to Salmon Arm. Abbotsford's about an hour outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, and then go to Salmon Arm, which is about four and a half hour drive. So yeah, just taking the E-Transit for this trip. I used the route planner on the Ford app, and it's showing about an hour, maybe an hour and 5 minutes of total charging. So I just want to show a comparison video of Ford Transit and driving the Chevy Bolt. Transit's it's a low roof. It's rated at 210 kilometers of range. The trip I'm going on goes over top of the Coquihalla Highway, which is quite a steep incline, and then it descends into the town of Merritt, which is halfway point. Trip up the Coquihalla is going to use a lot more range. Typically I charge in Merritt with the Chevy Bolt in the halfway mark. In the summertime, the Bolt can just about make the whole trip in one go. But I've never actually taken the gamble to push that last couple percent of battery. So typically I stop in Merritt and charge for a bit there. In the winter time I have to get about 80% charge in Merritt on the Bolt. The E-Transit being a short range EV, so 210 kilometers versus the rated, was it 420 or 430, the Bolt. The big difference I wanted to show as a comparison is that the E-Transit, even though it has less range, it charges 125 kilowatts, where the Bolt is claimed to be 50 kilowatts, but due to the recalls and the firmware updates to the battery, they've actually slowed down the range quite a bit from the initial 55 kilowatt charging down to best case scenario 40-45 kilowatt. So in actuality, the trip is about the same, if not maybe about 20-30 minutes quicker with the E-Transit, even though I have to stop 3 times. We're just passing through the town of Chilliwack, so we've been on the road for 23 minutes and another hour before our first stop. So our first stop is Britton Creek, which is right at the top of the Coquihalla Highway. We're going to stop there. We're going to charge about 15%. That'll give us enough just to make the descent back down into Merritt. Very little energy usage actually from Britton Creek to Merritt, because it's mostly downhill, but I typically use about 10% or so. So yeah, we'll charge at Britton Creek. That's actually the slowest charger on our route. It's BC Hydro, which is our provincial utility company. So that charger maxes out at 50 kilowatts. So that's probably going to take us a good 20-30 minutes to charge there. Once we get to Merritt, we'll have a stop there. That's got a 350 kilowatt charger through Electrify Canada. And our third charging stop will be in Kamloops, which is another 350 kilowatt Electrify Canada charger. So the 2 Electrify Canada chargers, I'm assuming, will probably only be about 15-20 minutes at each. And then the last leg of the trip is about 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah, I just want to show the real world comparison between a short range quick charging EV and a long range slow charging EV. It'll be done at 6:22 if we continue charging here. This is the 50 kilowatt BC Hydro charger at Britton Creek. We don't need to get 80%. This next leg of our journey is going to be in Merritt, and that's not that far away. We just need a little boost to get there. So we see here we've got to get to 42%. Trip planner estimated we'd be at 31%, but I was driving a little faster and quite a bit more uphill than this was planning on. So yeah, so we're sitting at 24%. We've got to get to 42%, and that should give us an extra 10% by the time we get to Merritt. So just see how long this takes. Just uploading video, wasn't paying attention. So yeah, we're at 52%. We've got 99 kilometers of range, 64 kilometers to go, so we've got plenty of extra. So yeah, this was the slowest charger on our leg of the journey. So the next 2 chargers are Electrify Canada, which are much faster. They're 350 kilowatt chargers, and the van maxes out at 125. Alright, so we just finished up in Kamloops here, so we're on to the last leg of the journey. GPS says an hour and 15 minutes. So we're currently sitting at 82%, so we should have, I'm guessing, about 20-25% left over by the time we arrive. Alright, so I just arrived here in Salmon Arm. So total trip time, including charging, is pretty much 6 hours on the dot, 396 kilometers, and 42 kilometers to spare.